Hello, Dasha. Hello.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm Dasha.
How are you doing?
Oh, I'm fine. And you?
I'm doing good. Thank you. I'm doing good. What is new?
I'm just preparing for the exam. It's about in 2 days.
It's about 2 days. You mean the Russian national exam, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So we have some new people. Okay. Right now, you guys just talk to each other, and I will have to connect with other people because they are asking the password and the login for the room. Okay, keep on talking. Just get to know each other, please.
Okay, Anastasia, hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Have you done some any exam today? So literature or geography or something like that?
No, I'm taking my first exam. It is Russian national exam in 2 days. It will be in 2 days, yeah. And you? Have you passed the exam today?
No, thanks God. My first year exam is also Russian, but it will be in 3 days.
Oh, okay. What exams are you taking?
Social science and English. So, what
Oh
about
yeah,
you?
it's the same.
Mhm.
Okay, are you ready?
I think yes, because I was preparing for more than a year, so that's
Okay, that's great.
All right, ladies, I'm back. Just wait a second. Yeah. Okay. I still have people coming more and more. So that is why I'm sorry. Yeah. And yeah, we okay. They're just saying thank you and what else? Okay. Yeah, I understand. Now I'm back. So Mark is waiting. Anastasia, hello. Good to see you. Good to have you
Hello.
here. Yeah, just tell me, where are you from?
I'm from Moscow.
You're from Moscow. That's very cool. So, tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, your background in English. Where did you start learning English? How much English do you know right now? Which books did you study, and what kind of school do you go to? Anything which you want to say, please go ahead. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so I've been learning English since I was 6. So I think that nowadays I know English about B2 or B2 plus, so something like that.
Mhm.
And my school was specialized in English, so my teachers were really knowledge in it, and so I like English very much, and I think that um, my knowledge is also high thanks to them. So what about me? I like psychology, I like journalistic, and I try to develop in spheres like that. So I think that's all.
Very cool. So, what do you think generally of the Russian national exam? Is it difficult for you, or what is your general perspective? You What do you think of Russian national exam?
I think that I'm a bit stressed about it because it will influence on my it will influence on my future so about for 4 years, and it's not very difficult for me, but a little bit stressful. So,
Okay.
like
Which part do you consider the most difficult for you?
which I think that's social studies, and so the second part in social studies is quite tough.
I mean, if you take into consideration the Russian national exam, it's just which is the most difficult, the writing part, the reading part, the use of English, or which part is the essay or letter or the speaking part? Which is the most?
In English, I think it is a little bit grammar, because I sometimes do not read till the end of the task, so I'm a little bit concerned about that. And sometimes it's speaking part, because it's difficult to concentrate on a lot of things in one moment.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. So, you know that your English is fantastic, so beautiful, and I just, you know, I'm so happy to have you as a student here. So, like you said, that your teachers were pretty knowledgeable. How about your accent? You picked up a really nice accent, and it's kind of a slightly American. So, how can you comment on that? Where did you get it? The American accent.
I don't know where is it from. So I visited sometime an American speaking club. So maybe you know, it is it is by the U.S. Embassy,
Okay.
USA Embassy. So maybe from there.
Yeah, that's excellent. I totally agree. That's great. I understand what you're saying. That sounds very good. So, I'm back to the classroom, and what do we have here? Hello, Mark.
Yeah, hello. Good evening.
How are you doing?
Thanks for asking. I'm pretty fine. My English camp is over. It ended 2 days ago.
All right.
On the one side, that's a good news, and on the other hand, I'm a bit sad about that.
Okay, yeah, I understand. So, if no other preliminary questions, okay, I will just, yeah, you see, I also have to go back and to see other participants are going to take part. You guys, I will just keep on listening to you while I'm writing these logins and passwords for other people willing to join us. At the moment when I'm talking with them, please share the news a little bit. What is new? Just share with each other, and do not pay attention to me. You can just talk without me, okay? What is new? All right, go ahead.
Mark, I have a question for you.
For me?
No, for Mark. For Mark.
All right, please.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
You told about you said about the English club, if I'm not mistaken.
English camp.
Oh yeah.
It was in the Zoom. It was hosted in the Zoom every day.
Oh, that's cool. And can you give me some more details about that?
Well, my English camp was only 1 week. That was a really short term. By the way, this English camp is absolutely a real place. But because of coronavirus, I can't go there, unfortunately. But okay, somebody joined us.
Yeah, that's okay.
There were many students in this English camp, and there were three big groups. First group, second group, and the third group. First group, is the weakest. Second group, how to say that? Have more knowledge, and the third is the best. Let's say like that. I was in the second group. There were many people too from 5 form to 9 form. That was weird, but okay. So the most interesting thing there was that we had a chance to speak with the native speakers from England. Imagine you're speaking with an Englishman who doesn't know even one Russian word. You can't ask him how to say something because he don't know Russian at all.
Mm.
So you need to speak only in English.
All right,
Okay.
anybody else sharing the news, please? Go ahead and share the news. Please do. What's new? Hey guys, just jump in anytime and do not wait for somebody to push you. Just talk, keep on talking. What's new? All right, nobody wants. Okay, we have somebody else getting into the classroom. Okay, we'll see whether this is a good person or a bad one. See waiting room. Yes, somebody is waiting for, I have no idea. Okay, that person is joining. Okay, let's admit them. All right, nobody wants to say anything. Okay. So just new people say hello to each other. Just greet each other and try to get to know something from these new people coming. Just ask.
Hey guys.
Yeah, ask them questions, please. Get to know them a little bit. Do not be that shy, because you know that in a couple of days you're gonna talk with the computer, and you have the chance to speak with a real person. Not only with a teacher, because your teacher is old, too old for you. You don't want to speak with an old guy. So just talk to your peers. The meaning is talk to the people who are the same age with you. Please go ahead, guys. Ask the questions about other people. Where are they from? What kind of English they know? How much of English they know? Or what books do they study? What kind of schools do they go to? Any kind of questions, please go ahead. Because I have to give the login and password to other people who wants to join us. Okay, so you can hear that. All right, please go ahead. Ask questions, get to know other people.
Hi, Sveta. I can't hear you.
Maybe she doesn't have microphone, who knows. Ask someone else.
Where are you from?
Okay. That. Hi, Fedor. TTT doesn't have the microphone.
Yeah, they just want to listen.
Okay.
That's all right. All right.
Hey, everyone.
Okay, they do not want to talk. That's up to them. Good. So if you remember that the previous class, we stopped and we were just, let me just share the screen with you. Okie dokie. So I will share the screen and you will remember what we did the previous class. So the previous class, who remembers that we talked about the verb forms and we started this exercise, which is complete this text with the correct forms of the verbs and brackets, making any other necessary changes. So you have the gaps in the text, and you have just to think it over a little bit and to fill in, or American is fill out the gaps with the correct forms of the verbs which are in brackets, given to you in brackets. Okay, just think it over and just jump in and give your ideas, please.
May I try the first
Yeah,
option?
sure, of course. And you know that you don't have to ask about that. You just jump in anytime, and you are very welcome. Please go ahead.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
Yeah.
Have you heard the story about the man whose wife has just had a baby?
Okay, everybody agrees.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I think that just that means tense past, or sorry, present perfect.
Yeah, that's correct. Have you heard the story about the man whose wife has just had a baby? Correct. Anybody else? Go on.
Can I?
Yeah, sure, of course. Just do not ask me. Just jump in and start the conversation.
Okay. He worked in London at the time, but he lived in Newcastle, which is in northeast of England, not far from the Scottish border.
Dasha, it's you, right?
Yeah.
Dasha, be very careful because you have an exam in 2 days, and so that is why we have this specifically for this. Maybe Anastasia, do you have any other ideas?
Maybe he had worked in London at the time, but he had lived in Newcastle.
Mm,
Or he has worked and has lived.
yeah. All right. Yeah.
Maybe he
Okay. Go ahead.
works in London at the time. I don't know.
Yeah. Hey guys, I'm sorry, but Mark, do you have your version?
Okay, I can try. He was working in London at the time, but he lived in Newcastle, which is in the northeast of England.
Hey ladies, his grammar, he's much younger than you. His grammar is not always good, and you know that because he can say like an Afro-American, like he don't. That's Mark. Mark can say he don't. Mark, how can you say he don't? That's Afro-American. That's not even American English. What are you supposed to say? He?
Sorry, what do you mean? I said he was working in
No.
London.
That's absolutely correct. As I said, you gave.
You mean the word London?
No, everything is correct in the exercise. But when you talk, when you just talk with me and with the ladies, you said he don't, and I'm wondering how can you say he don't?
He doesn't?
Yeah, of course you're supposed to say he doesn't. And if you don't trust me, you can watch the recording later. In the very beginning of the class.
Oh, now I understand.
In the very beginning of the class, you said he don't, but
Yes, sorry, I have some problems with that.
yeah. So you know that sometimes your grammar is just like, what did he say? It's just like, and then you gave absolutely perfect answer in the for the exercise. So how can that possibly be? I don't know, ladies. That's for you to decide.
Because when you don't think about what you speak, it's just hard to look after that.
I understand. So you see, that's funny that you study grammar. What do you study your grammar for? Just to have it in the book. It's so nice to have grammar in the book, but not in your talk, not in your conversation. Yeah, I understand. That's good. All right, ladies, now up to you. See, you were supposed to look through the text later. And if you go further on in the text, you will see that you will have here, he rushed, he bought, he jumped. So everything is in the past. And the beginning of the story has no connection with the actual story. It's just like a question to you. Have you heard? And when you say, have you heard? Then you are supposed to use present perfect. But then the story starts. And if you have a look at the story itself, do not forget about that during the exam. You cannot fill in the gap before you look through the story further on, because you will see that further on the story is not in the present perfect. It's just only the first sentence addressing to you as a reader, no connection with the story. It's just the author of the story asks, hey guys, have you heard? And you're supposed to say, have you heard? And then the story starts. He was working in London at the time, but he lived in Newcastle. Okay, how can you explain that it's he was working and he lived? Why the difference? Why he was working but not he was living in Newcastle?
Because his living was something constant.
Yes, absolutely. That's for one thing. And another thing is that live is so-called state or stative verb, which is real hard to use in continuous. Like, the verb love. You know that McDonald's, they're crazy about language and they can say, I'm loving it. But if you think about that, you can understand that it's impossible. It's just like sneakers. What is that? Loving it. You cannot love at the moment. Or I'm having a car. You cannot say I'm having a car. I'm having a shower. I'm having breakfast. That's possible, but not I'm having a car, like that's your possession. Because this, if you remember, they are called state verbs, or another, the opposite is action verbs, or stative verbs and dynamic verbs. If you ever heard of that, you understand what I'm saying? You cannot
Yes.
say I'm having a car. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And so when you say, like, for example, I live in Russia, that's possible, but you cannot say that I live in the hotel, or you cannot say I'm living in the hotel. You have to say I'm staying at the hotel, because there is no such thing as I'm living. Do you understand that?
Yes.
Because Anastasia said that living in a hotel is a temporary thing, and live in Newcastle is permanent situation. But at the same time, live is a state or stative verb. Anastasia, have you ever heard about state and dynamic as state and action verbs? Have you heard of that?
Yes.
Okay, so that's fine. Why I'm explaining, you know everything. Good. All right, so he was working in London at the time, but he lived in Newcastle, which is in the northeast of London, not far from school. Okay, next sentence.
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Why can't I say he worked in London at the time?
Okay. Yeah, maybe Anastasia, can you explain? That's a good question. Can you explain that?
So he was working for a long time, and so it wasn't his how to say, so he wasn't working since his childhood or something like that. So he was working for some years, but it was not during all his life.
Yes, and yeah, ladies, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's just like, it's for me, in my understanding, it's so easy. It says in here, in London at that time. So that's enough to say he was working at the time. If you remember, okay, let's have a look at the explanation. I will just show you. Just hold on. I will change the screen. 1 second. Yeah, new share. Okay. Yeah. So, if you think of, let's say, for example, this is your clock. Okay. That's of one hand and another hand of the clock, and this hand is moving like that. You know, the big hand moves like that. Okay, you understand? Clock, and this is the hand is moving like that. The big hand moves like that.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So then it's called time, and then I can make it like a line, a straight line. Okay. And I will call it T. Make sense to you? And then
Yeah.
right now we'll be here, let's say 1927 Moscow time right now. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, so the meaning is that right now I am talking, you're listening, or you're talking, I'm listening right now. Okay, then, and you see this is 1 point. In 1 point, then we have the situation around it, like I go to school every day. I go to school every day. So this is present simple. Now this one is present continuous, and this one here is present simple. You understand? That's
Yeah.
present continuous. That's present simple. Okay. Then you have like what Anastasia said. You started doing somewhere in the past and you finished here. This will be present perfect. Okay. But then you can move everything into the past. Like let's say yesterday at 9:27. Yesterday at 9:27, I was talking. You were listening. You understand? Yesterday at 9:27, I was talking, you were listening. Or tomorrow at 9, this is future, this is past. Past, that's bad past, I'm sorry about that. And this is future. Tomorrow at 9:27, I will be talking, you will be listening. You understand that?
Yes.
And when we talk about past, I will say at the moment, at this moment, I was talking at the moment, exactly what it says in the text. If you have a look at the text, okay, I'm just trying to share.
Yeah, I get it.
You see, I was working in London at the time. At that time, I was working. At that time, I was working. Okay, another example. So you see, I go to school every day. I go to school every day. The meaning is that many, many days. And he was working at the moment. If you can see
Okay, I get it.
All right, good. So
Thank you.
yeah, that's not a problem, absolutely. Just anytime ask, and I will try and do my best to explain everything. Does it make sense for everybody? Okay, I think that it does. All right, number 4.
So as soon as he heard the news, he rushed to the King's Cross station, bought his ticket, and jumped on the first train north.
Absolutely, very correct. Any comments? Any questions here?
No.
Everybody agrees, correct? I can just tell you. What's that?
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so sorry, that's not for you. I explained it for some other guys. It's when you talk about past tense, one of the, okay, I will share the screen. One of the ways to talk about the past is like yesterday I got up, that's one action. Then I brushed my teeth, that's another action. Then I had my breakfast, that's the third action. Then I went to work. Then at work I opened the newspaper. Then excuse me, then I had a cup of coffee. So you see lots and lots of past actions. When one action finishes, another starts. In this case, we use past indefinite. And this is exactly the case. Okay. So we have here, as soon as he heard, he rushed, he bought, and jumped. Okay. You understand why we used a past simple, correct?
Yes.
Okay, take another one. And guys, let me just remind you that the end of the class will be absolutely unexpectedly, because it's free of charge, and we will finish maybe in some 8-9 minutes, and without any warning. They will just stop the presentation, and that's it. That's the rules of Zoom for free. I will just make a little announcement for you. If you want, or if you will have, okay, let me just do that. If you will have a wish to write something on my page that's here, if you can see it. Okay, let me just do it in a good way. Communities. I just want you to visit my page. Computer froze. It doesn't work. Sorry, but yeah. Okay. So this is my page, which is called Emphasized English. If you want to know, if you want to visit Emphasized English, and then you have the so-called testimonials, or reviews or comments about my classes. If you want to, that's up to you to read the comments and to write something, whatever you want to write. So that's my page in contact. You are very welcome. Please go ahead and write something. Okay, let's go back to the book. And again, if you have any questions, just you feel free to ask questions anytime. Go ahead, next one.
He was so excited at the news that he told the woman who was sitting next to him.
Yeah, that he was who was sitting next to him. Everything is just clear, right? Okay,
Yeah.
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
She asked him if he lived in Edinburgh, as that was there the train was where the train went.
She asked him if he lived in Edinburgh. Edinburgh, that's the capital of Scotland. Edinburgh, the pronunciation. As that was where the train
maybe was going.
Exactly was going, because it's supposed future in the past. The train is going, but it was in the past. The train was going.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
And was surprised when he said that he lived in Newcastle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, take some more. Yeah, Anastasia, please. You.
Mm-hmm. The man realized he made.
Be careful. Be careful.
He had made.
Absolutely. Yeah, because first he did a mistake. First, and then he realized. So that is why you say first he had made a mistake, and then he realized, okay, guys, and pay attention to make a mistake, not to do a mistake, but to make a mistake. Remember about that. And also, Anastasia, to you in the very beginning, you said that influence on my future. We do not use a preposition. Influence without the preposition. Influence my future without preposition. Just in case you are in doubt, I can share with you the Oxford Collocation Dictionary, which is absolutely fantastic tool, which will help you with all of the prepositions and everything which is necessary for you to understand how to use all of this stuff. Okay. If you can see the screen, yeah, I'm sharing the screen with you. So you see, this is a software, and I can share the link so that you will download it to your computer. And for example, you take the word influence, and you will see the preposition which is necessary to use here, influence, and then you have a verb and a noun, influence. And you see, you ask, what is the preposition? So your parents try to influence her into choice, and then no other prepositions, as you can see. To influence her without preposition. To influence her. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's how we use the verb influence. And if you need it, as I said, I can share this fantastic tool with you. Okay, let's go back to our exercise. So the man realized that he had made a terrible mistake when she said, but this train doesn't stop in Newcastle. It goes straight to Edinburgh. Okay, go ahead, somebody. Mark, take another one, please.
Okay, I will try. And despite the man's plus and the offers of money, the driver of train refused.
Yes, correct.
Because after that sentence, we have did agree.
Okay, yeah, that's all right. Yeah, go ahead.
To slow the
Just
train down.
finish the sentence.
Okay, but he did agree to slow the train down to 15 miles per hour as it went through Newcastle station, so that man could jump off with the ticket collector's help.
So you understand that the train was moving, and with the help of tickets collector, he jumped off the train. Okay.
Yes.
All right, Dasha.
2.5 hours later, the train was approaching Newcastle station. The ticket collector held the man out of a window at the front of the train, and the man began running in midair.
Do you understand that he held the man out of a window at the front of the train, and the man began running in mid-air. Mid-air, you understand that? Running in mid-air.
Not at all.
He started to run. He was not running on the ground. He was not running. He was running in the air, and we call it in the mid-air. Okay?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's kind of.
I had a mistake.
It's kind of funny. Okay.
I think the right answer is.
No, it's absolutely correct. Held the man out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's correct. Then Anastasia, you please.
When the platform appeared, the ticket collector gently dropped the man onto it.
You understand? Yeah? He just all of a sudden he dropped the man. Okay, onto the platform. All right, Mark. Hello, Mark. Are you with us?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm thinking.
Yeah. That's not a difficult one. market, the time.
Okay, maybe past simple again.
Yeah, sure.
Dropped?
We did dropped. This is the next sentence.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, then looked.
You just read the sentence.
Just then, the guard at the back of the train looked out and saw a man running very fast along the platform.
The guard at the back of the train looked out and saw a man running fast along the platform. Okay. Anastasia, finish the last sentence, please.
Putting his hands out, he called the man